Wes, the Packers and Saints spent a few hours this week against one another on Hodkiewicz Field. Friday night, it moves here to Lambeau Field. Preseason home game, it's time for final thoughts. All right, Wes, what's at stake here?
Well, Mike, you talked about Hodkiewicz Field this past week, and the defense looked pretty good over there, including the second team unit. When those guys came in, the dominance didn't end. There was a lot of strong performances up front and also in the secondary. Now, after those two practices against the Saints, can you actually carry that over into a preseason setting? Some jobs are going to be on the line. I'm looking to see who steps up.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ball, the storyline was the young wide receivers. Not a good day at practice on Tuesday. Aaron Rodgers called them out in the media for wrong routes and mental mistakes and that kind of stuff. And then there was a meeting before practice between the quarterbacks, the receivers on Wednesday morning. We saw a bounce back from those young receivers in practice on Wednesday. You used carry it over. Can they carry it over to Friday night against the Saints, the same team that they were facing on the practice field? Wes, who's heating up? Presented by Aurora Heated Apparel.
Amari Rodgers, Mike, the Packers' third-round pick from last year, had a really solid performance in San Francisco. The 50-yard kickoff return, something the special teams really was looking for. And also the 22-yard touchdown run. He has such a unique skill set. It's been really fun to watch him come into his own this training camp. I think this is going to be a great opportunity for him to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, and my guy's on the defensive side of the ball in this game, and it's rookie Kingsley Enagbari, fifth-round pick out of South Carolina. Really showed up in the first preseason game against San Francisco, got a sack, and has really carried that into a strong week of practice against the Saints at Hodkiewicz Field. Now he's got another opportunity to show what he can do as the Packers are looking for that number 3 edge rusher behind those two starters. Wes, in the preseason sense of things, I say the Packers get a win in this game if that number 1 offensive line can get some more going in the running game. We saw some flashes of it against San Francisco, but also some tough sledding at other times. This New Orleans defensive front is pretty formidable, and they made it difficult on the practice field. I think that Packers offensive line, that first unit in front of Jordan Love, is going to want to get that ground game going.
Yeah, Mike, I agree, and I also think the Packers win this game if they clean up the mental errors that you were talking about. The way they were able to move the ball really well against the 49ers. It was just the interceptions, some of the missed opportunities that sort of pulled them back a little bit. I really was impressed by how they looked out of the gate last week against the 49ers. And realistically, I think everything is out there for Green Bay in their home turf to be able to actually do that again.
All right, and with that, we will sign off on this edition of Final Thoughts. Be sure to follow all of our coverage of Friday night's preseason game on Packers.com, on all your social media channels. And if you want to follow the radio broadcast, Packers.com/radio is where to go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Enjoy the ball games.